Oh, yeah. Well, he drove the train cam in a Brinks truck.
He come driving in an Adidas branded Brinks truck.
This guy's a character, man.
We know he wants to get paid. Oh, Cortez, we went Saturday to training camp. Took Austin. We're sitting out up front. And Jalen comes getting out of a Mercedes that looks like a Batmobile.
Oh, my God.
Except it's silver. But it was one of them blow in. Oh, it was nice. He gets out of it wearing a velvet green Adidas jumpsuit. I said, damn. I said, you went from wearing all these Jordans everywhere, and as soon as Adidas throws you the money, you put on a green velvet Adidas jumpsuit.
Hey.
I said, good on you, bro.
Hey, man, that dude is something else, man. I'll tell you what.
Man, he's such a good ball player. He's just a good player.
I know y'all.
He has that ability to be the best cornerback in the league.
Y'all better pay him.
He just got to keep his mouth shut. Well, they got him on the 5th-year option.
Yeah.
So that gives him another year. The Blake's money will fall off. And then that way that'll open up the door for them to be able to pay some of these guys.
Mm-hmm.
We just got to if they don't pay him, they stupid.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be like, hey, I want this deal.
He should be like, no problem.
Yeah, I'd been like, what do you want? You want this? Okay.
Want the keys to the city too, bro? I got you.
I think he almost owns those already.
I just think y'all bounce back this year, honestly.
Oh, I think we do too. I think with just the circumstances that happened yesterday, with all the injuries and all the stuff all the off the field stuff, all the people, and they said it best during some of the pregame interviews, and Calais Campbell even said it. He goes, there were too many people here worrying about themselves. He goes, once stuff started happening, everybody worried about themselves, and everybody got a big, gigantic head from what happened the year before.
Yep.
And he goes, and a lot of those guys just went into looking out for themselves, and you can see it in the games that were played. You can see guys going out and playing hero ball.
Yep.
And even when we talked to Josh about this on the show when we had Josh on. Josh even saw what we saw, that everybody was playing for themselves. And he even said it. He even said, once you get guys that are out there playing for yourself, there isn't nothing you can do about it. He goes, people put themselves in their position that they want to be put in, and they want to try to play hero ball, and it just doesn't work that way. And Calais said, I tried to talk to some of the younger guys. They didn't want to listen to me. So he goes, what else can I do?
Nah, because it was one of them things where everybody was talking about Jacksonville, even before the season started. Jacksonville, they're the team to beat. Then it's crazy. So, they got all this attention, like, oh, well, the spotlight's on us. So now I got to shine. And
But then Leonard went into business for himself. The whole offensive line got hurt. 3 deep got hurt. It was just things on top of things on top of things on top of things. Yeah. And and then you're putting poor Blake in a bad in a situation where everybody's already eyeballing him because he got paid, but then all the situation just made it completely worse on him because he didn't have his line, he didn't have his running back, he didn't have this, he didn't have that, he didn't have nobody to throw the ball to.
Right.
So everything just doubled down on top of him, and it just collapsed them from the inside out. Everything blew up on the inside, and then that just made everything worse.
I know that's right.
But if they can keep their heads together and they can stay healthy, they'll definitely have a bounce back year.
Yeah. No, I totally believe it. I think y'all guys will be just okay.
Because there's still a good defense.
No, yeah, that's the thing. Y'all still got a good defense intact, and then
it all hinges on if Nick Foles can stay healthy.
Yep.
On the offensive side of the ball, everything hinges on Nick Foles staying healthy, which we all know he has never done.
BDN. I'm not going to say what that stands for. You sure already know.
Nick.
There you go.
But But the thing, and the backup quarterback we drafted the kid from Washington State. Just watching him throw the football has been fun because he's got such a quick release, and I think he's going to end up being the backup quarterback. And he's got such a quick release that if we can him up and get him good for a couple years, he might surprise a lot of people.
Nice. There you go.
We call him the mustache because he has a phenomenal mustache.
Phenomenal mustache.
Like, it's amazing. It's thick and luscious like some people's beards, except it's just over the top of his lip.
Well, speaking of, I know Kevin get to go to watch his camp because he's literally like 5 or 10 miles away from the stadium. So, so I know he attends quite a few of them when he gets the time.
Well, we were able to go to 2 this year. I won a contest, surprisingly, to where I get to go to a thing Friday. It's just a certain amount of people get to go, and they serve us breakfast, and then we get to go watch camp. So it's cool. It's closed to the public. So I'm looking forward to going to that. Of course, I'm taking Austin.
Good.
Who broke his toe, by the way.
He broke his toe. How?
Yeah, he kicked the table at his mom's house right before he was coming to us for the week. Kicks his toe at his mom's house. So, of course, he breaks his toe, has to go to the emergency room. So the emergency room people are like, okay, and they made it. You know how emergency rooms are. Worst case scenario, automatic. So they send him. Crystal sends him home with us, makes an appointment for Monday for him to go to the doctor. So we have to drive him back Sunday night, goes to the doctor. They were making a big deal out of it. The doctor goes, oh, it's just he broke his pinky toe. Here, keep him in this boot for 4 weeks. He'll be fine. And they had him on crutches and everything. Also was like, I don't want to be on crutches. I was like, well, you shouldn't have kicked the friggin' table.
So that boy drank some milk.
That boy is accident prone.
Oh, man. Well, hey, something else, man. So I know you told you probably got a few stories here, but as far as the Broncos, I read up on stories about their training camp and stuff like that. And one story actually caught me. They wrote about this on The Athletic about this guy named Nick Williams. He's a slot receiver, and pretty much because Broncos wide receivers are pretty thin at the moment. Emmanuel Sanders, I know he coming back from season-ending injury last year. So this guy, they say he's been impressing. And of course, Brandon Stokely is assistant coach now for the Broncos. And
really?
Yeah. So now he finds a guy that's kind of similar to him. This guy's like 5'10", 184 pounds, and real good slot receiver. So they're talking about that he has a really good chance of making a team. They was talking about that he returned some kickoffs in practice because he was kickoff returner in UConn, and so they were just saying that pretty much that this guy pretty much was making noise at the camp, and you just kind of root for like underdog stories like that, and it doesn't hurt that if Flacco gonna go under some routes sometimes, and needs to want to go under, it's those type of receivers come in handy, and so we already got like a surprise story, underdog story last year in Phillip Lindsay, so it'd be pretty cool. We have like this little receiver come in and why he kind of get the attention off Sutton and Manuel Center when he comes back. This guy can make camp and at least do something on special teams. So, of course, Vic Fangio is not a big fan of playing the music in the camp. He's old school. He already done criticized Flacco. He already done criticized playing a few of the offensive players and a few of the defensive players and stuff like that. So, no nonsense. It's a different change from Vance Joseph, who was more of a player's coach. So it's a very good sight to see that, this guy is like no nonsense, old school. And which you already kind of got that vibe when he was coaching the Bears anyways, and kind of heard good things about Vic Fangio. I just never thought, I was like, well, defense is not a problem with us. We need offense. Offense is our problem. So,
exactly.
But yeah, that's a cool little story I read up on the Athletic and say that he's really got a good shot, and he's going to have his opportunity to kind of shine when they play against the Falcons tomorrow. So it should be a real fun sight to see. So I'm excited, man. It's like I said, football, man, is back, and you all these little camp stories and underdog stories and stuff like that. I'm sure Kevin got one too, as he talked about the quarterback that could be.
Well, no, the Jaguars actually don't have nobody coming in that's a surprise to make the team. it's like the 53 is almost set.
Ah, really?
And yeah, the 53 for this team's almost set. They're in business mode. They didn't have a lot of guys coming out of nowhere to make the team or anything like that. And the one big surprise has been how good Chris Conley has been. Uh-huh. And he's been really good out there with Nick Foles. And Terrell Pryor has looked pretty good too. He's just a really big body that the Jaguars haven't had at wide receiver position in a long time.
Did pick him up, and, y'all.
Yeah, you watch him out there, and he's huge. Like, you're like, good God, man, you didn't realize that he was that big.
Yeah.
And then when he walks by you, you're like, dang, what position does he play? Tight end? But the tight end they picked it up in the draft, Oliver, he's looked dang good too to be a rookie. He's went and made some grabs over a lot of the DBs and stuff like that. The defense we're expected to still be well. Young safeties in the back, but it's vet ridden all over the place on that defense. Besides the safeties, but when the safeties had to play last year, they played really well. So I still expect them to do really well. The coolest story I saw was we had an apartment building caught fire and flooded and got messed up, and the people that were in the apartments got kicked out of them while they were figuring out what was going on. And Ramsey went over there after practice one day and visited with all the people that were displaced from the apartments and stuff like that, and went over and took some food to them and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool of him to go and do.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's a good dude. Jalen gets a lot of grief because of how he talks and the way he is, and that's how people always think he is. But nah, Jalen's a good dude.
Hey, we know Jalen's a Devo, but at the same time, he's got a good heart. And like from hearing stories from you,
he's Dion, man. That's who he is. He's a bigger, Devo, wants to tackle Deion Sanders. That's who he wants to be, man. That's what he wants to be known as. But he's a good dude.
Good, man. Well, hey, man, I know we got a football game tomorrow. You get to watch my Broncos play.
Well, you get to watch some of them play.
Yeah, some of them play. So here's the question I propose to you. How many? What's the minute mark that you see all the starters get out?
They won't even go in that game. The starters will not even play this game because usually the Hall of Fame game, they don't even play their starters.
No.
Usually the Hall of Fame game gets no starters. You get everybody we've never heard of.
But
then the second game, especially after the Hall of Fame game, you'll see starters.
Right.
In y'all's case, y'all see the starters for like a quarter.
Right.
Or a couple of drives, and then that'll be it for you guys. But you won't see the starters at all tomorrow night.
Nah. I'll be at work.
Your starting quarterback will be whoever your second string quarterback is.
Yeah. We'll like I said, we'll sit here and watch all this, and it'll be like that. So it'll be Drew Lock who'll be playing a lot. So
exactly. There you go. Which I'd be curious. I would definitely sit there and look just to see how Drew Lock looks.
Yeah.
Because I like Drew Lock.
Yeah.
Hated him in college, but
of course.
But he's a good pick for y'all.
No, yeah, he's a good prospect. Now I heard good things. He's been throwing the ball pretty well.
Big guy, big arm. Oh, yeah. Surprise.
Hey, what Elway like, right?
Yeah, surprise. John Elway drafted a guy with a big arm and a big dude.
Elway's got a fetish, man.
But it's people would just watch it just because it's football that's on TV.
Yes. So. Yes, if it's an excuse for you to drink and eat wings and stuff like that, it's back. And then, next week's in full effect because you got games on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So,
yeah, all the preseason games will start rolling out and people will be excited. Me, I'm just preparing myself for August 24th.
That's what you're waiting for, huh?
That's all I care about right now. So,
like I said, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a slow July. This is the last day of July, so with football coming back
up, but things is about to pick up.
Yeah, they're gonna be cranking out here, so get ready. And then we gotta talk about college, and that's what Kevin was talking about with the Gators and the Hurricanes. So it's gonna be cranking right on up here. So let's.
And Matt Barnes will be joining us soon when we go into our in-depth football preview here